Welcome, and thank you for being here for this presentation. I applaud your wanting to give your students an engaging and interactive learning experience using social media. The myth about social media in the classroom is that if you use it, your students will be tweeting, Facebooking, and Snapchatting while you're trying to teach. However, it is important to remember the task at hand. Teachers should not mistake social media for socializing. They are extremely different. Just as students talking as they work together in groups or talking while hanging out are also completely different. Students are already engaged daily in social media, so it presents a great way to connect with them. By using social media, teachers can help tie classroom learning to real-world scenarios, which can enhance student learning. Many teachers see the value of these tools. However, they may be reluctant to engage without clear guidelines and training. Today, we are going to look at 3 social media web tools, Blogger, Twitter, and Google+, that can be easily implemented into any classroom. First, we have Blogger. Blogger is Google's free tool for creating blogs. Blog, short for weblog, is a form of online journaling. Personally, you can use blogs for everything, from updating friends and family about your everyday life, writing an advice column, discussing political views, or relating experiences in a topic of interest. A user can host blogs with multiple contributors, or they can run their own solo show. You can even use Blogger to make your own podcast feeds. Blogs are extremely useful in any classroom. Here you can see my own courses blog. Teachers can have students write blogs about what they are learning and post them to a classroom blog. When students know that what they are writing can be seen by a global audience, they begin to take more ownership over their writing and will put more effort and care into their work. Keeping a classroom blog is also a great way to keep parents connected with the ongoings of the classroom. Parents can subscribe to a classroom blog, and each week students can reflect about learning and classroom happenings and post them for parents to read. Each blog on Blogger is archived so they can be easily found and read. The next site we are looking at is Twitter. Twitter is an online social networking service that enables users to send and read short 140-character messages called tweets. When people often think of Twitter, they often think of these 140-character updates being sent out by teenagers and celebrities. However, many teachers do not realize the educational value of social networking sites like Twitter. In the classroom, teachers can use Twitter to coordinate assignments instead of constantly updating a dry erase board or emailing every student last minute. Both teacher and students can use Twitter to collaborate on projects and keep a quick reference of any changes. Teachers can also use Twitter to set up a special feed dedicated to assignment due dates and dates of tests and quizzes, all of which can be organized using a special hashtag. Here you can see an assignment due date where I use my own hashtag so my students can find it. Twitter is also a great way to create a running news feed in the classroom. Teachers can subscribe to different news feeds with different perspectives and biases as a way to compare and contrast how different opinions interpret current events and issues. By using Twitter this way, students are up to date with current events, weather updates, and political issues. One of my favorite lessons that I have seen Twitter being incorporated into is a social studies lesson where students role-play and compose tweets of ideas and quotes from their favorite historical figure. Students take the time to understand the thoughts and language of this figure and write as if they were them. Teachers can also post as these historical figures to make history lessons come alive. For example, here I am posting a quote from George Washington. Because Twitter only allows for 140-character messages, it is an excellent way to teach summarizing. At the conclusion of each lesson or workshop, students can compose a tweet summary of what they have learned. or pose a question to be considered at the next class. Like Blogger, Twitter is a great way for classrooms to communicate with other peers, teachers, and parents. Because many political figures also use Twitter, students can even tweet the president himself. And finally, we have Google+. Google+ is a social networking and identity service that is also an authorship tool that associates web content directly with its owner. Like Facebook and Twitter, many fail to see all of the wonderful ways Google+ can be integrated into any classroom. On a basic level, Google+ is an excellent way to communicate directly with learners, families, and other educators. Communication can be expanded to include a review of content ideas, clarifying learning topics, review recent concepts, host homework assignments, or provide a public forum for learners to ask questions. Here we have my classroom on Google+, with a post with a YouTube video to help students with the podcast project. Google+ also offers a variety of extension, activities, and apps for all learners. By having a Google+ account, a user has access to Google Calendar and Google Docs and can easily manage virtual classrooms and projects, keeping files, discussions, and multimedia content all in one place. My favorite thing about my Google+ account is access to Google Drive. Google Drive is a full-on collaboration software where different learners can work together on the same document or presentation without having to be next to each other. All you have to do is share with a contributor. Google Drive stores all files on the cloud, so there is no need to save files to a USB in order to work on them someplace else. Every time you work on a document, presentation, or spreadsheet, Google Drive automatically saves all of your work, so you never have to remember to press the save key ever again. On Google Drive, there are a variety of programs you can use. You can create documents, presentations, spreadsheets, forms, or drawings. You can keep all of your classroom files easily organized and accessible for students. Google is an ever-growing company that is always coming up with new innovations where the potential for education swells. In conclusion, a social networking site is defined as a platform to build social networks or social relations among people who share interests, activities, backgrounds, or real-life connections. Today, we looked at 3 social networking sites: Blogger, Twitter, and Google+, that do just that. They provide a platform for individuals to connect and grow. Social constructivism, an aspect of the social learning theory, states that people learn most effectively when they interact with other learners. Social media platforms open engaging classroom activities to a place where learners can interact and share ideas. Group learning format appeals to more socially conscious learners and is built around the notion that many minds are better than one. I could go on and on about all of the wonderful things that social media can bring to our students. And I hope that after this presentation, you are feeling inspired to begin incorporating social media platforms into your very own classroom. Like any new tool or resource, it will take time to get used to, so be patient and enjoy all of the wonderful experiences you will have with your students. Who knows, they might even teach you a thing or two about it. I will be happy to answer any questions relating to the sites we looked at tonight and other educational technology tools that you might be curious about. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful evening.